Hey, Steve Severs here. I'm the co-creator of Supa Pirate Booty Hunt, the animated series, along with David. Both of us were guest speakers at the Digital LA Branding Panel at UCLA. We spoke at the Indie Panel right before the guys at Yahoo Originals, Fox, and ABC Digital. Pretty sweet. Here's a little taste of our panel. Enjoy.
I think it's really interesting that all of you have come from like indie and it finally led you to bigger brand stuff, and that's kind of the path I took. You know, my specialty is mostly fashion, retail, and very pretty things, as you know.
Yeah.
But what's that?
Nothing wrong with pretty stuff.
No, not at all. But before you get to the big brand thing, before an independent producer or someone who's making content, whether it's video or blogs or writing or like art as form of illustration, what one piece of advice would you give independent, indie, smaller content creators and just exploring entertainment? What can they do themselves? Because, you know, if your life changes when someone comes at you with a big check, you're like, oh God, I can pay my rent. But like before, you know, you get the eyeballs and the dollars, what are your best mediums? Definitely beyond Facebook and Twitter. I mean, what are your words of advice?
I always tell people you can't just put it on the web and expect people to just magically find it. I mean, every once in a while that does happen. It becomes an overnight sensation. But I mean, there's so much content on the web now, and just you really gotta stand out. And you really gotta get your name out there. So for us, like, we decided like we're just gonna do it ourselves. Like when I first moved here, everyone was like, "You should just pitch to networks and just, you know, if it happens, it happens." Like, no, I want to find someone that we can do it ourselves, promote it ourselves, be in control of it. And so we've done, you know, hundreds of events, you know, and just art shows, you know, conventions, anything you can name, anywhere we can get a part of to get our name out. So
that's a good way to test also whether you're finding an audience. Because if you don't have an audience, you know, maybe it's okay if you're the only one that likes your product and you don't need money, then that's okay. But if you need to find an audience, this is the way to do it. Because we found we had an audience and it developed, and we have like fan tattoos to prove it. You know, we have like, where is it here? There's on the back. We have someone who actually got our characters tattooed on their leg. And so then we were like, okay, there's an audience for this, and we have an obligation now to make this really good, so that person with the tattoo won't feel silly.
Yeah. But it helps me hit the high notes. Check this out.
Supa Pirate Booty Hunt!